Hey there. All right, everybody. I've already done a test run here. I've got one issue. There's a lot of wind right now, so I've got the mic covered with a piece of paper towel, which is horrible. But as you know, I'm not a pro tuber, and I refuse to go get pro accessories and stuff like that, even if I can afford them, because I just think it's silly. You know, whatever. But I'm back here in Gettysburg. There's George Meade, and I just want to give one more quick, I don't know what you call it at this point. I don't want to call it a lecture, but just a few more quick thoughts, and these hopefully, honestly and truly, will be kind of the last such thoughts that folks will hear out of my mouth on this matter or other matters. But I think it's very important. I think it's very important what I'm about to say. I could be wrong. You know, might be just a bunch of blah 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 blah. Anyways, so pardon me. I have been thinking a lot about this lately. I have been thinking about parallels again, which I've mentioned between the 1850s and 1860s. Try to speak up, sorry, and right now, the current day. Again, I believe that we are at a very, very similar juncture in history because of a couple of very, very, what I think are kind of obvious things that we're being faced with, and the main one, of course, is the technological revolution that we're going through right now. Back in the middle, early, depends when you really start the clock ticking, but back in the middle 18th century, the technological revolution, of course, was very profound, but I've been spending some time lately on studying how it affected the Civil War, and as you can imagine, the effects were just as profound. Basically, you had the telegraph and the railroad being fairly nascent technologies, but don't forget, we're talking about the government and the military, so they had first access to it. They first, were hammering out the kinks and utilizing these technologies. Of course, the telegraph was kind of more or less set up by this point, but things had to expand. But we are going through a technological revolution right now that is just as profound. Whenever these things happen in history, everybody, going through it at the time doesn't think that, they think different things. Some people think that it's super extreme and they go, get into hysterics. And then you have some people that downplay it and they don't realize how they're going to affect society, right? And this one is kind of sneaky and it's fun and it's got bells and whistles and a lot of Silicon Valley stuff just all over it, but it's just as serious and it's just as big. So that's the first point. The second point is that when you have a technological revolution, the first thing that it forces is a change in the economic system. When I mean the economic system, I mean currency, I mean international banking, I mean how these things are all connected, so on and so forth. And that, of course, these things, of course, in turn force the last big change, which is labor, which had a big, big part to do with the Civil War. Now, I might have mentioned something about slavery before. I've been trying not to a whole lot. Not to take anything away from the slavery component of the Civil War, which is certainly there and real, and certainly had implications and was important, and important for us to get over. Let me just kind of make that clear, okay? But the issue was essentially and inherently at heart not so much, right? Slavery and race, but it was about labor. It was about the economic order. It was about everything being realigned. It was about taxes coming into play, like I've mentioned. It was about central banking coming into play, how I mentioned. And it was about the reorganization of labor due to the new technological revolution. We're going through that again right now. Hopefully people have been looking around because the changes are already taking effect. And I'm not here to fearmonger or to be, whatever. But the first phases of this are not pretty, okay? And let me just say, there's going to be a middle phase. There's going to be a later phase. These phases will get better. Things will adjust. Things will normalize eventually, okay? But that's off in the future. At first, things are kind of ugly, and they're starting to kind of look ugly right now. But skipping past that, I think one very uncontroversial thing that I can say is that the end result is going to be a lot of people out of work, and that's going to be the new order. You know, everything is going to be online remotely, as is kind of clear already, and this changes everything. This has massive implications. They have been working, you know, the last 10 or 20 years on how to realign things, what the system is going to look like, what's going to replace what. Of course, you know, some people heard of social credit or universal basic income. I'm not here to really talk about that or get into it or give you my opinion on that very topic, but that's one component of this, okay? That's one component of how everything is being reorganized. And again, things will not look the same, things will not taste the same or smell the same. I'm not here to say that we're going to have another civil war. That's not what I'm saying. There's not going to be blood spilled all over the fields all across America, okay? That is not what I am saying. But what I am saying is it's profound. It's going to be revolutionary. It's going to change a lot of things. As always, there are going to be winners and there are going to be losers, and on that end, I don't expect much to change because I do history. So I don't mean to end on a bad note. I want people to think about this seriously, because I think I've been giving this a ton of thought. I've been doing a lot of research, and you know, I'm no authority here, okay? But I think it's very worth us thinking about, because you know, the next 20, 10, 5 years are going to matter a lot. There are going to be a lot of, there already have been a lot of big decisions that have been made, and there will be more. And I'm not here to tell people what to think, but putting this on the table, most of it I think being very uncontroversial, I think it deserves some more thought, because this juncture we're at is very, very serious, and I don't think people are thinking about it enough. That's just that last part is just my opinion. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go get settled in and get on with my evening. So we'll see some more stuff. Probably I didn't take a video of Appalachian Brewing Company last time, so hopefully I remember to do that tonight, and maybe another video too, and I'll see you guys later.